Hello everyone, Wanda the Foiling Rock Lady here, and today I got a big stack of stuff. I'm doing a turtle, a sea turtle, and this is going to be a metallic sea turtle. So it's going to be completely different than a regular natural looking sea turtle. It's going to be quite metal looking with lots of silvers and some coppers and golds and black and mesh and holographic foils, and we're going to do it up really cool. So with that said, I'm going to give you a moment to take a screenshot. So pause here, click a picture if you need to use this for a traceable. And then when you're done with that, I'd like for you to trace it onto your paper or hand sketch it and get to this point. The tools we're going to be using today are a couple of dotting tools, preferably rods, but you can use anything you want to, but we're going to be using them with glue. So you want something that you can clean off. Maybe the end of a brush. Q-tips won't really work because they're absorbent. So the end of brushes, Q-tips, dotting tool, not Q-tips, I mean, sorry, toothpicks. Those are pretty small. You need something a bit bigger, so maybe the end of a pen. I'm looking at my stuff over here thinking probably the end of paintbrushes would probably do just fine. Anyways, I'll be using the silicone tip nail tool to help with the application of the foils. A liner brush, disposable eyeliner brush to apply the glue to the rock, apple barrel jet black, and folk art metallic sterling silver, uni posca in black 1MR. I just lined my turtle with that. You can do it with your brush. Brush is fine. I usually do that, but for the sake of time on the tutorial, I've been using a Posca a lot. And then we'll pick up from there. I'm going to paint a lot of this black and then work from black backwards, I guess that would be. I have a lot of foils over here because I couldn't make up my mind. So for foils today, I'm looking at some full metallics. I wanted to work with these so you guys can see it can be done. I promise you it can be done. I know I don't use them very often, and I talk about how temperamental they are, so we're going to just work with it today. I'm also going to use some holographic florals, some fishnet. I'm going to use this one, I believe, this one here, fishnetty lace black foil, if I have enough of it. I'm going to be using it on top of, I'm doing double foils today, so I'll be doing a metallic silver here and then the mesh on top of it to give it that leathery flipper look. That's my plan anyway. Or, no, we're going to do that. Yep, I'm just going to stick with my original plan. And I'm going to do black in here, and I'm going to go sort of with the southwestern holographic patterns on our Mr. Turtle, or Mrs., however you want her to be. This set of foils is from Gem Nails at Etsy.com, because I know you guys are going to ask me where I got it. And thank goodness I kept the card, because I never know unless it's from Amazon. So I'll put that right there. And it's a pretty dang cool set of holographic foils. So if you guys are looking for full holographic pattern foils, pretty cool. I shouldn't say full. They're like, see, like roses. I think there's pandas in this set. Let me see. We'll go through it real quick so you can see. Yeah, pandas. Panda. There's flames. pretty cool. There's, I think, space. Yeah, we got kind of a children's space look here. I like this one. There's a, I don't know what this one is, like a sun swirly, really pretty one. Negative space. Oh, I like this one a lot. I used a bit of this one during Christmas on my, what was he? The Nutcrackers scarf. I used the metallic plaid part. Yay, right? Isn't that fun? It's got hearts and stars. Let me get to the hearts. Hearts, stars, plaids, squares, checks. It's a pretty good foil to have because, you know, you can use it in little things you want to do. Like the turtle. It would be fun. You could put hearts in the back. Oh no. Here I go again, changing up my mind. So we did the florals. What is this one? Oh, the roses. Nope, this is different. The roses, this is flowers. Oh, dandelion. And the other one, I don't know what this one is. I think it's slang words or something. Yeah, I don't know what this is. It must be popular somewhere other than here. I don't know. I don't know what that is. So for me, there's one rule that's probably not really usable, but this one is pretty dang cool, especially with spring and Easter coming up. Butterflies. Oh, full shifting butterflies. Holographic foils. Aren't they just yummy? Okay, let's get busy. Foils out, paint in. All right, I'm just going to put some paint in my dish, my well. These are, you can get 6 of these for $1 at the Dollar Tree. I'm telling you, pick them up. You can wipe them out and reuse them, and 6-pack will last you a year. Okay, so I'm going to fill in some spots here with black paint. And we're going to foil a lot. So I'm going to do the head and let's see. Okay, I'm going to do the head and the arms and legs. What are they, flippers? Arms and legs. I should do the shell. I'm going to do these and then I'll do the foil on these. Okay, so I'm going to do all 4. Okay, once you have the head, the arm and leg flippers filled in, I was going to do the shell, but I'm going to do some fancy footwork here. I'm going to line the shell and then paint it in black. That way I can see my sections really well. I would prefer to have the treasure gold folk art platinum, but it didn't come today, so. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and line the sections of my shell. Mr. Sea Turtle shell. I'm basically just going to go right on top of my black. You can do this with your paint pens, no problem. I like to use paint because it helps me to have a nice divided section and helps my glue stay where I want it. You know, I don't like this paint. It's not, I like thicker gold or thicker silver. I'm going to change. I know. I'll be right back. Okay, so I put that back in my bottle. I'm not saying it's bad paint, just saying it's not for me. So I'm going to multi-surface instead of superior. I don't know what the difference is. Multi-surface is thicker, I know that. And there's a big chunk. Boy, I'm having a time tonight, huh? Okay. I believe it's the same color, just thicker. Oh yeah, nicer. Yes, very much thicker. So I think the other one is matte and this one is multi-surface. So I'll just go right back over that with thick lines. As you know me. So I'm going to go right over my black lines. See how much easier it is with a thicker paint to get these lines in. Of course, if you're doing micro detailed work, this is not your friend, but we're not. We're just getting ready to block in some color. We're going to paint each of these sections black once we get this painted. And we may have to touch this up again after we do our black painting, but this saves me from having to go through and because I'm terrible at drawing and finding my lines again. So if I paint it all black, then I'll have to guess where they were. In the past, I've done chalk, white chalk on the back to trace onto black. You take your picture, your image. I don't know what I did with it. This is a different one, but anyways, you take your image and you color the back of it with chalk, and then you put it onto your black and trace as normal in the white chalk. It goes onto the black. Pretty cool, huh? All right, once you have your silver down, go in with your black and block in. You want a brush that can get pretty pointy at the tip. This is actually not going to be pointy enough. Let's see. Let me see if I have a better one. Okay. And lay in your black. Oop. I got a lot of silver right there. That's okay. And let me tell you, however it is that you want to get to this point, you do you. If you need to paint your whole turtle black, which I've done that. Actually, that's what I've done in the past every time. Paint my turtle all black. And then put the shell on top. That makes a lot of sense. I'm just doing it a different way this time. All of these black areas in the shell, I'm going to be foiling them. So definitely want matte paint, not multi-surface, not gloss, not satin for the shell, flippers, and the head. The silver can be, because we're not going to put foil on that, but I'm finding that with foils, you want to use matte paint under it, matte or watercolor, something that dries and won't lift off the surface, because foil can pull your paint right off of your rock if it's gloss, multi-surface, satin. For some reason they don't stick like matte does. So I'm going to go blocking in color all around the shell. Okay, so you want to fill in all your shell with black, and then I relined. I just went back over all my silver just to make it nice and tight and thick. And then I also outlined the shell with black. Okay. Now you've got to let that dry really, really good before you do your foil. But you can work on these parts with your foil, just not in the shell yet. Okay. Okay. So let's pick a color of metallic foil. And I think I want a flat metallic silver. If I have enough, I don't know. Yeah, I'm good. Okay. So, make sure you have a little pair of scissors handy. And cut a little section of foil for the head. Like so. I don't know why I have a Minnesota accent now all of a sudden. I was watching some comedy the other day, and maybe it is, you know, rubbing off on me. Okay, so about a 2-inch section twice for flipper. I'm having some allergies. I thought that was over with. Wow, last year. Okay, and then 2 small sections for the feet flippers. And pop that back in your foil. I will have links for the foils in the description. Okay, nope, I need that. I'm trying to weight down my foils so they don't go flying everywhere. Actually. Okay. Make sure you have your light handy plugged in, ready to go before you start with the glue. Sorry, just a moment. Okay, move that paint out of the way. Pardon me. All right, so we are going to start with our glue. Get your eyeliner brush handy, your disposable eyeliner brush. Ooh, guess what? Put on your gloves. No gloves, no glue. All right. Pour a little glue into your well. And my glue's a little cold, so it's thick, and that can be problematic. So, I need to put I'm going to put this in my pocket so it'll warm up. Yes, I am. Okay, when I say my pocket, the front of my apron. Not like my pants pocket. I don't want it to break and leak on me. Anyways, we will start here. Now, metallics are finicky, so you don't want any bubbles at all. See the bubbles in there? Don't let those get on your project, okay? I'm going to start with the head. I'm going to leave a little black outline around the edge. So I'm basically painting with my glue, okay? Starting in the middle, working out. Trying to do big, as big strokes as I can so that I don't introduce bubbles into the glue. Be mindful of the line. And if you go too far, you can always reline it, so don't stress about it. It's no big thing. And you want to leave a black line also around the shell part down here. So why don't we just go around the outside right now and get our parameters blocked off. Be mindful of your turtle if your paint's not dry, okay? Watch where your hand is doing. As I'm sure you saw earlier, the big smear of black paint across my turtle shell. That was me being impatient. Now I have a bubble right in the middle of my turtle's head, a couple of them. So I will be moving those to an outer edge, trying to get them out of, oh, got it. Pull it off of your paint if you can. Now metallic will show any divots, wrinkles, bubbles, anything. It'll show it all. So you want this to be as glass-like as possible, as level as possible. And if it's not, you can torch it for a second. Quickly, to get rid of bubbles. Quickly. Quickly, to warm it up. Quickly. It is a resin, okay? This is our nail glue, but it is a resin. See how glossy that is? Perfect. That's what you're looking for. One cycle with your light. And it's still going to give me dimples. It's probably because it's too cold. that's okay because we are going to be covering it with our mesh lace, but I still want it to be as smooth as possible. Okay, one cycle is done. I will show you. See the dimples and the dots in it? That's because it's cold. Now that's going to show up under this foil. I guarantee you. Also, when you're working with metallic foils, you want to make sure that they're not too damaged. See, this has wrinkles and scratches in it, and that will also show. But I don't really have a choice because I don't have a ton of this color. So now, as smooth as you can, put it down on there. Oh, this might just work. Silicone tool around the edges so that they come off super crisp and clean. And when you're peeling metallics, peel very slow. I'm going to lift this up so you can see in here. See in here? If you see any spots that didn't go down, you lay it back down and push it in to the spots, okay? And be careful, don't use your nail just because it will scratch and it'll leave indentations and all kinds of crazy things. So just make sure that it's coming off cleanly, and we got a good transfer. See, you can still see the dimples, but it's not that bad. It's pretty perfect, actually. Yay. All right, so let's start on our flippers. So I'm going to do flipper, 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 flipper. Okay, and try not to put the bubbles in your flippers. See the bubbles? No bubbles. So I'm going out to the edges, trying to leave a line. But again, if you can't, don't stress. Just do the best you can. And then you can always reline. Like, I'll have to touch up my line, obviously, around the heads. Even though I did it pretty close, I am not perfect. Go slow. You don't want to make bubbles. I'm getting a little close myself. Okay. I'll do this one flipper with you, and then I'm going to let you go on your own to do the others. If you're wondering about the lighter I used, it's a butane torch, like for cigars or cigarettes or cooking, culinary butane lighter. Amazon has them. It's nothing special. I got this one at a cigar shop, so you can pick them up. I think smoke shops, some gas stations. I don't know. Places like that. And I am going to torch this because there is bubbles. You see the bubbles? Okay, once it's torched and level, see it's nice and glossy. one more. Okay. And one cycle. All right, we're done curing. I'm going to grab, if I can find my tweezers. Oh, I'm forever losing things that are right in front of my face. Okay, I'm going to grab one of my long foils. Oh, I don't know what that is. I got something on it. How about that? At least it's on the top, right? All right, I'm going to lay that down. Now this is probably going to stick to this because it's a multi-surface, and I don't know why foils love to stick to it. At least it's sort of the same color. So try not to push it onto that paint, okay? It won't stick to matte paint like that, but it does to multi-surface gloss and satin. So really, if you're working with foils, try not to use those paints unless it's lining. And then be prepared to touch up. You know, I think I can save a foil. Might be able to use this on the other side. Make sure. Stick it back in the holes if it's not going down smoothly. Yeah, see, it's lifting. I'll show you. It's sticking to the paint. The paint's dry now, but see it coming off on the side there? That's sticking to the paint. So, but that's okay because it's the same color. So yay, we don't really have to reline there. Oh, that worked out wonderful. But I think I can use this over here when I, yep. So I can save some foil. I'm going to go ahead and do this one and these two, and I'll meet you back here. Hello, I want to show you guys. Okay, I'm pulling it out of my apron pocket. I want you to see the difference, and I'm going to put it directly on here so I don't get the bubbles from the bowl, but I want to show you how super glossy smooth it is when it's warm enough and it's good. There will be no bubbles, and it's just like syrup texture. And it goes on just perfectly glossy smooth. You see that? And then you just move it around to where you want it to be. Gently so you don't introduce bubbles. I'll have to go back and rewind that, but look. See the perfect glossy look? Watch, I'm going to fire it and there will be no bubbles. No bubbles will pop. See? That's awesome when your glue is the right temperature. Yep, no bubbles. Okay. I'm going to put that under for one cycle. Okay, that's done. I'm eating Dove chocolate. It's got caramel in it, and it came wrapped in this pretty gold paper. And it says, smiles are free, so share them. I'm saving that. Pretty awesome. And pretty yummy. Okay. Foil on. even with the smoothest glass-like glue. I still have, see, I got a bubble here on this one flipper. And it looks like I got 2 there, which is crazy because there were none, but it's still full coverage, so that's good. And if it comes up, see the spots that came up? Take a section and press it back into it. See if you can fill in the spots. Most of the time, the glue will pick it up and you'll fill it in. Just be careful not to damage the other part of the foil. Okay. Now we're going to cover it again. We're going to do a whole nother glue. I know, right? Am I crazy? Yep. And then we're going to cover this one. Oh, let me show you the foils so we can get those ready. I'll move these out of the way. Put them in the remnant jar. Save your foils. Right, so I want to use this one. You can use anything you want, you know, anything. You can use green if you want to. It's yours. But I'm using this one. And I want it to go this way. Like that. And I'll probably put this one this direction. So I'm going to put this on all 4 sides, okay? So I'm going to cut these and get them ready. I think I'll do a big one for these ones down here. Not a big one, but like, yeah, do a wide one and then I can just use it twice. Okay, that's all I have left. Oh, so sad. But guess what? I know where they sell it. Amazon. All right, so we're going to do the same thing again. All the way around, and I don't usually use it from the bottle, but I don't want any bubbles. Bubbles are a lot easier to see on top of the metallic, so you can move them out of the way. I'm sure you can see the bubble. See it here? You can try to lift it off with your brush. And then try to fill your whole foil with glue. Don't do that because you can get bubbles. We don't want bubbles. And they are just impossible to pop. Okay, and you will notice when you foil that these bottom foils will sort of wrinkle up a little bit, or I don't know if wrinkle's the right word, but they'll crackle kind of. That's okay because we're covering them. Torch real quick. And 1 cycle. All right, that's done. Foil down. Make sure you have it the way you want it lined up. And this is a pattern, so don't lift it and readjust. When you lift it off slowly and make sure all of your pattern going down. See, I've got a section here. I don't know if you can see it, that's not laying down. It's pulling up. Let's see. See it there? Okay, so we're going to lay that back down. Push it in. And up we go. Good. A leatherback turtle. My version. Okay, so I'm going to do the rest the same way. I'll catch you back here in a minute. Okay, that part's all done. Yay. I like it. Okay, you can either line now or later or both. But I like to touch up my lines. Just make them nice and sharp again. So you just go around your turtle and touch up the areas that need it. Oops. And it's okay if you make them bigger. Make them bigger. I'm sure you guys notice I end up with some thick lines sometimes. That's because I have a shaky hand. Well. Just touch it up a bit. Pardon the nose. And I covered this whole one up, so I got a reline here. Sorry for the bump. Okay. Good enough, yeah? Yeah. Okay, so for the middle part, this is so fun. Okay, so for the middle part, I found, if I can find it, this one here to go down here in this tail bit. Yay. Or, let's see, should I put that there? Anyways, these bigger ones will fit perfectly in these areas. See that? Oh, isn't that just so much fun? Anyway, so we got to do some fussy cutting because we don't want to accidentally have other patterns in there. So we can just sort of map it out, you know, where we want them. And like there, over a bit, there. this one. Sorry, I can't see. Okay. That one will go in there. And then down here, I want... I think I need a bigger one than what I think I need. See, I like this one, but it's kind of small. It could work. Yeah, it's gonna work. Yahoo! Okay, so that's our the back of our shell, straight down the back. Actually, I think I'm going to move these two around. Just so, wow, I got foils everywhere. Okay, pick this one up if I can. Anyway, so they're going to go like that. Anyways, I got to lay these down off to the side. So they're mapped out. Okay, and to put the glue on, which I did not put back in my pocket, so And it's okay if you have if your glue is bigger than the foil. I hope that makes sense what I'm saying, because we're going to resin over the top of this, so. Actually, I need to level that out a bit. What you want to be careful of, though, is don't let any other foils touch the gluey bits because they're going to be sticky until we get it covered with resin. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do them all at once. Okay, that's done curing. Now this is... You kind of got to be right on with this. Okay, so you want to make sure that your holographic patterns are down, no bubbles in the... Be careful with this tool, but just make sure it's down, and then okay, come off. Try to catch the edge of your foil. Okay, one good. Oh, it's beautiful, huh? Good. Two. 3. Wow, it looks so good. Oh guys, I get so excited. It's a little crooked, but I'm not perfect, so. And neither is Mother Nature, so we can deal with this. Okay, so in here, I want to put some florals, if and I can find them. Which ones? Which ones? Do 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 do. Hey babe, take a walk on the wild side. Yeah, I'm singing again. You know, I haven't done these. I think I'm going to do these. Those are pretty. So what I'm going to do is, oh, is that on top? Okay, I'm going to lay down some glue in the whole area there and try to get as much of the blue flower spots that I can on each side. And again, I don't recommend using it from the bottle, but I don't have my heater on in here. Yesterday, it was almost 90 degrees here in Texas. Today, it's not. And so, we don't hardly ever use a heater, so it's kind of cold. Anyways, it's cold enough to mess up the glue. So I'm sure if you guys are in the cooler temperatures where it's 20 below up in Canada, you're laughing at me. And you probably have your hand warmers and your feet warmers and all that stuff going, and your electric blankets, and I'm just cold. So I don't have all that. But I have mountain cedar causing me some allergies. That's what I have. So when we do these, we want to be careful not to get these foils near our center because there are exposed glue areas there. And we don't want that foil to interfere with those beautiful holographic foils. Hopefully you get me. Okay. So I have to be very careful here and not to get this on the wrong parts. Okay. Carefully. I'm going to try to trim this out here. Okay. So you want to lay that down in there for perspective sections. And there's a good chance it might lay down on the silver paint, which just means you got to touch it up. And it did, but it still looks good. Pretty. So see in here, we'll just need to touch up those stripes where the flowers went onto the silver. But that's gorgeous. Gorgeous, darling. So I'm going to do the other side. I may have to cut another piece. Shall see here in a moment. You know, I think I'll do this one in sections. Let me see here. And this one here. Nice. Good, good, good. Made one piece work. Okay. Now in these parts, I wanted to put some rhinestones, but I'm thinking dots, and I'm thinking blue color shift. Let's try it. Okay. So color shift is a pretty thick paint, and I want these dots to be nice and thick. So I'm looking for a big glob at the end of this. See that? Oh, this is going to be too big. Okay, got to change my tool. What I meant was, I want a big glob on this one. Like so. And then I'm not going to smash it all the way down. I'm going to touch it and then pull it up and tie it off like that. Okay, I'll show you that again. Touch it, pull it up and tie it off. But we're not smashing it all the way down. We're just touching it, pull it up and tie it off. Gives it some depth and texture. Touch, pull up and tie it off. Get another dip into the paint. You want a blob. I have to add some more to the last one. And if you notice, I'm using the edge of this tool so I can change the dots. And I want 2 in this one. And 1 down here. And 2 up there. Like so. I think it looks good. Alright, so we will get some more dots on the other side. Blob. Tie it off. Touch attach down, tie it off. Don't smush it. More paint. There's that. What are we going to call this crazy turtle? Crazy turtle? Metallic holographic fishnet stocking blue color shift dot turtle. That's a crazy amount of turtle, huh? Okay, so I'm going to do something crazy here on this head. I'm going to do some eyes. And they're going to be kind of cool. Like that. And like that. And they probably don't even match, and that's okay. We are going to paint these in black. And so you just paint it in black. And if you have any of your other paint left, that'd probably work better. Like that. You know what? I have some of that over there. I'm going to change. I just thought it was dry, but I think there's still... Okay, so now let that dry. And we're going to dot around that also. And I want some dots on there. Yes, we'll do full metallic dot. Or is that going to be too much? Yeah, that's going to be too much. Okay. We will do black dots and then the top dot. That will bring it back together. So just make some fresh paint there just a little bit. Get that bigger dotting tool. And start right about in the middle here. You're not mushing it all the way down. We're just making some dots. Okay. It has a bubble. Okay. And then so right about in the middle. And one more. Okay. And then this one's longer, so we're going to put, actually we'll go to the smaller tool. Put one here, one here, one here, and here. And one down here. And down here on the flippers, we're going to go on the outer part. Start in the middle. And we're using the smaller tool. Then one above, one above. Okay, one below, one below. Oops, I'm sorry. Back in shot. Okay, and that's what we're doing there. And then we're going to do top dots. With this guy and the blue shift. Okay, grab you a nice glob on the small tool. Okay, just like we did last time. We're going on top of our dots. So start at the biggest dot, right in the middle. You should let them dry. And then tie it off. Like that. And then keep going. think I need a little bit more on this guy right here. Oops. Don't be like me. Making a mess. Not too bad. That's impatience. Okay, top dot's done. And the eyes are going to be rhinestones. Marquee rhinestones. Gorgeous. So, pick those out of here right quick. Like so. What do you guys think? Are you excited? It's so gorgeous. Oh my goodness, this turtle is killing me already. All right. So we obviously got to let this dry. So I'm probably not going to do resin with you today. But imagine. Nice and glossy resin. Beauties. I'm not going to set these until I put my resin on there. But that's it. That's our turtle. So thank you so much for tuning in today. And if you enjoyed what you saw here, definitely hit that like button and subscribe. And if you hit the bell, you'll be notified when I upload more content and tutorials. And thank you again for tuning in. This was total fun. Mr. Sea Turtle out. I'll be seeing you soon.